What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring Kita Edition. I don't know, I had to do something different with that gesture. I want the one from Dark Souls 2. That's the one where it is at. Alright, so we're gonna continue forward. Sorry, I meant to have comments ready to go and pulled up, but they're not. I apologize. I'm gonna just quickly do that while I... it's happening, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna start going this way in the background while I do that, because I know where to go. Okay, got it. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna keep on heading up through Stormveil. This is the way I'm going to choose to go first. Honestly, I think the other way is quicker if you just want to run through to the boss, but I'm not doing that, so you know. We're going over here. We just quickly hop over, and wow, I kill these guys easy right now. That's not so bad. Throwing daggers, and again, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm using this ultra great sword just because I want to be guts, and it's awesome. But I can switch. There's a point where, as far as switching weapons go, I can only do so much, as I'm only going to get so many smithing stones and all that, or I kind of just have to take time, I guess, to farm and switch and upgrade weapons to make them viable. Alright, so for up here, we want to just quickly run to that guy, because he has a trumpet, where he's going to wake everybody up if he blows his horn. And I don't want that to happen, so yeah, take him out real fast. Double take out these guys, which is nice, and this guy. But yeah, he wakes all these guys up, and then you end up getting ganked if you let that happen. So, yeah, just making sure that doesn't happen to us here. Yeah, this guy always wakes up when I climb over. I guess you can actually, you know what? I always jump over from there, but I guess you can actually use these to jump up top. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever fallen on that spot right there and looked at what was there, so I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, nobody there. Okay. Yeah, my route always ended up being, which I'll show you, I'd run up here, take this guy out every time, and then just run up this way. We can go down to the left there. Over there, if you drop down, that's actually the entrance. The other entrance is straight to the left there, which will take us to an NPC we're going to want to talk to in a bit. You might have seen the trailers. And, oh, I guess if you drop this way, it's just a quick way down there, maybe? Curious to see what else that might lead to. And you can also go that way to the left. Okay. Yeah, trying to look down and see all those spots. Alright, anyways, we're gonna hop over this way and take on my favorite character. Oh boy. This one enemy is giving me so much trouble in the past. First, we're gonna grab a Stone Sword key. Really, the only reason to do this, by the way, is for a gesture, which is on that guy. But, hopefully it's what we need. And, alright, nice. Took him out fast. Yeah, that guy's like a brutal version of the birds with knives, so I'm glad he's taken care of. Dozing cross legs. So, great, we get that gesture. Amazing. Amazing. I was checking to make sure I'm not missing anything, and I guess jump down there. Yeah, some of these dungeons are pretty complex in their layouts, and by that I mean there's just that's a Stone Sword key spot down there, by the way. So see, we could have dropped down here, by the way, and just completely missed that guy, which is fine. Just looking at the layouts here. Yeah, so especially later on, like Lane-Del, which you saw that I was in a different episode, the layout of that is just ultra. It's just big. Honestly, it's a little too big for me, for my personal taste. I like things a little more pathed out than Lane-Del, which is just like this giant open space for you to, in a lot of ways, just kind of go through. And I actually find that a little bit stressful. It's just not for me. So, I actually, Lane-Del is probably one of my least favorite dungeons in the Souls game. Maybe that will change if I keep on replaying it and be like, I played it a bunch, now I love it, and I know it so well, but it's honestly, it's just too big for me. That's the thing about open world games. Even this game, it's a size where it's almost too much for me. This is something, when I talk about game design stuff, sometimes I like to talk about, is where sometimes big isn't always a good thing. The nice thing about this is, at least even though it's massive, it is really filled in with different content. Claw Talisman up here, which is why we rent here. But that's like, if you're going to make an open world game, like, you got to fill it in with things that are interesting, and they did do that here. I mean, From Software is just always the top of their game. Enhanced jump attacks. The assassins of Ravenmount are killers by trade. They assail their victims while dressed as birds of prey. I don't think I specifically know the assassins of Ravenmount, to be honest, unless the Black Knife assassins are actually from Ravenmount. And I think I only have one equipped, but that was because I didn't want to raise up my equipment load. But no, might as well equip something else. Let's equip this for now because I can fit it, and I don't think I can really put anything else on. You can make this jump. There's no reason to. I just wanted to show it off. Yeah, there's really nothing over here. It's just fun to be like, hey, I made it. That's it. That's literally it. For dropping down, we're still going to go this way. Drop down here. And just keep on working our way right back down. All right, let me pull up some comments to look at. My phone's not twisting. There we go. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm glad you guys are happy about the intro being back. I always enjoyed doing it. It's not the hardest thing for me to edit, at least, too, which is good for me in terms of time and making sure I have time to do everything, because that's always going to be an issue for me. And that's the thing that I've been trying to do with this. Like, I've been trying to make it so I'm not editing as much like I did with the Bloodborne Let's Play, because that would take me like a day to edit, basically, or like half a day. To run through, edit things in, and it's not like a hard edit, but it just took time, and I just don't have that time, and I want to try to get these out daily for you guys so it happens and gets done. And this, especially with this game, which is just so massive. I guess I'll just drop down here. There's no reason necessarily. Like, there's so many ways to go here. That's a drop down to, well, we could have dropped down that way many different ways. I just chose the way that I did. I'm gonna take the easy attack on that guy since he's the harder character. I honestly don't know his pattern. Yeah, honestly, these guys are probably gonna be pretty trivial with this weapon. So this drop down we were looking at above earlier, but basically it's gonna drop us down to I guess the midsection in a way, where there's a grafted scion, which I'm just terrible at. I'm terrible at, well, there are different types of grafted scions in this game, and I'm just bad at all of them, honestly. It's something I need to really, really get down. Oh, I wanted to talk about rot too, because last time I was talking about my rot theories with you guys, which was a lot of fun, and you know, some of you were talking about how it sounded like a cool, viable theory. I actually found out more about rot in my most recent playthrough of the main game. I made a bunch of progress. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. Hey, actually, I don't know if I've ever dropped in the middle there. Although, I guess it just takes you down there. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook, I probably got him before. I like how every time I talk about rot, I just immediately get distracted by things. That just seems to be the way it is. I just want to make sure I've never gotten Nomadic Warriors Cook. Yeah, I've gotten many of them. So I was wrong about the rot coming from the Erd tree. That's it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not happening. I mean, the Erd tree could be rotting too, but there is another major tree in the game where the rot is coming from, which I guess I could just say the Halig tree is really where the rot's coming from, and I don't want to ruin why and what's going on there quite yet. Like I said, I don't mind saying that the Halig tree is where it's happening. I just don't want to. I want to be wary about, like, not spoiling too much. And, like, hey, like I said, I haven't finished the game. Maybe there is rot coming from the Erd tree as well. But a lot of stuff going on with the Halig tree, I actually think, is part of the reason why the main progression of the story happened the way it did. And I think it's pretty important stuff. And it still is rot from a tree that's spreading, though. That idea that I had in my mind of it being like a tree-related thing is still exists. It's still that. Yeah, this guy's so much easier with this. Usually it takes 3 hits and you don't stun lock him like I was with just normal heavy sword. Yeah, I don't know why I'm hitting these walls. I've already tested them all, and none of them are illusory in Stormveil that I've found. It's just a habit sort of thing. Because, you know, wall checking PhD. I gotta do what I gotta do. See these guys right here, those guards in this pathway? If I'd taken the main entrance, that main pathway and over there is essentially would have taken us that way. Which, I mean, what is going on with this guy? Who is this guy? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I wasn't expecting him to deal that much damage. I hadn't healed for a while, and that was almost a really big mistake there. Okay. Don't even know what... I mean, it looks like one of those guys. I'm just surprised they did so much damage and I didn't kill him with this thing as quickly. Banished Knight Armor Altered. Oh, it starts with the altered version. That's interesting. All right, let's look at it. The Banished Knight Armor. That just means that I guess it doesn't have the cape on it, which you can switch on. Thick full set of armor covering the entire body. This armor is worn by knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Oh, I guess we haven't gotten one of them yet, have we? I keep on getting this type of armor in my main game, which is why I was thinking we had. These fierce warriors were each and all accomplished. Perhaps that is why, despite their territorial losses, they were still named knights. And I'm assuming the other knight set says the same thing, but we're going to keep on heading towards essentially the main gate. That's basically where I'm going right now. It's almost like a detour that I'm taking, honestly, but eh. Alright, Festering Bloody Finger attempts an invasion of another player's world. So this is how you're going to invade carrot people. Well, one of the ways. I mean, I think one of them... There is a way you can actually infinitely invade. There's an item you can get in the Volcano Manor later on that lets you infinitely invade if that's what you want to do. This frilled finger is blackened with blood congestion. It seems to have been chopped off rather than unceremoniously. So, I don't think I've talked about this yet, but maybe I've mentioned it briefly, maybe not. I'm not remembering, but basically... The Lord of Blood is associated with the bloody fingers, which is why there's the festering blood and stuff like that. It's actually a Lord of Blood related thing, which is a character later on we're going to find out a lot more about. But he's the one who's been sending out all these tarnished and such, to my understanding at least, to do these undead hunts and the like. Alright, Golden Rune 4, and actually straight down that way. See that entrance right there? That's the entrance that we could have gone through, the other main entrance. There's also, basically straight ahead, like right here, there's another Site of Grace, but I'm not going to go there just because I have a bunch of enemies defeated, so why do that? This right here, I actually can't open this. It's just a stone sword key, but I can't do it from here. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Unfortunately, by doing what I just did, that creates kind of a detour in a way where I have to go back. Okay. Just in case... Oh, so Tejas Garwal saying, congrats in advance for the wedding. Wish you all the happiness life can give you and more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, watch Nausicaa and Valley of the Wind, and then watch your Scarlet Rot Theory clicker right into place. Yeah, I mean, this wouldn't be the first time. Nausicaa's awesome. This wouldn't be the first time that Miyazaki is referenced in Miyazaki. Haha, Miyazaki referencing the other Miyazaki. Wouldn't be the first time. Dark Souls 1 Ash Lake is very, to me, clearly Nausicaa, Valley of the Winds kind of reference. With, like, it's like basically the underground area of Nausicaa, and amazing. I love Ash Lake, and I love Nausicaa. Nausicaa's such a great anime. As far as Berserk, you guys were commenting that the sword graveyards are a reference to Griffith and the sword graveyard that was created for the Band of the Hawk. So, yeah, I'm aware of that. I guess what I was saying was that I was being told by a coworker that the whole thing was a reference to... I'm so debating if I want to drop into that or not. You know, I've actually never done this way, so might as well. And that left spot that I could drop down to, we can easily get to a different direction, so... I want to see where this hole goes, because I've never gone in it. Oh, yeah, it's just another great. Well, whatever. That's fine. Wooden Great Shield. It's kind of like a back entrance to keep on making progress, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. Wooden Great Shield reinforced with metal ornamentation. Great Shields boast high damage negation and guard capacity, making enemy attacks easy to repel. So, back to Berserk. Yes, I'm aware of the sword graveyard in Berserk, and that it's potentially a reference. But I guess I was being told by coworkers that, like, oh, it's specifically the one. specifically the one that's at Castle Morn is a reference. And I was just like, wait, but there's like castle graveyards, like, or sorry, sword graveyards literally everywhere in the game that are like that. Oh, great, I let a hornblower go. Granted, I mean, like, I've already taken out a bunch of these guys, so it's not really a big deal. And I'm behind them, too. That's the whole thing. The nice thing is coming behind the line of enemy fire. So, we good. But this would be really brutal coming from the other side, is all... These weapons that these guys have decimate you when they hit you. They just decimate. So... Yeah, honestly, even with a different sword, these guys aren't that hard. So, yeah, not the roughest thing to deal with, in my opinion. Just don't get in front of them. Just do not get in front of them. I'm gonna keep on getting some goodies here. I don't think I've looked at the pike yet, so I'm gonna take a look at that real quick. And we haven't gone up left there, so I'm going to have to remember to come back and do that. But I'm basically going to come right back. I'm not going all the way down because there's more archer dudes who are going to take me out down there. And I just don't want to deal with that. But let me look at the pike first. Which I doubt has any interesting lore, but you never know. So it's worth taking a look at. Specialized for use from long distances, it boasts the longest reach of any melee weapon. Incredibly useful even against foes on horseback, but hard to wield in cramped spaces. Oh, that's good. I mean, I didn't know that it was good for against anti-horseback sort of stuff, so... Honestly, you find out a lot of useful stuff about everything that I tend to forget. And one of my coworkers was talking about how they had no idea the rainbow stones could be used to test if you could fall. And I was like, that's what the item description says. It literally says that in the item description, and they just hadn't read it. So, and hey, honestly, I'm not faulting them for it. I think a lot of people don't, so. Especially when you get so many items in this game. You kind of just glance through and look at it and you're like, is this an interesting item? Yeah? No? I feel like that's more the common thing to do, honestly. You know what I'm going to do, actually? Normally I just run right into the house, but I'm going to go ahead and get the Site of Grace first. Because I know where it is, and it's kind of like, to me, might as well. Just so, I don't know. It just seems like a smarter way to approach, I guess. Just so I don't have to deal with this again if I don't want to. This little fort area. Although, honestly, you can just, like, run right through it. It's not like it takes very long, and it's pretty easy. These guys, right there, not the dog, but the omen. That is an omen. So, that guy, and he messes me up a lot of times. I'm not very good at them. I'm just being straight up honest with you guys. A lot of times I kind of rely on my staggering of them, which isn't good. This right here, by the way, we're going to need a troll to break for us, which we're going to get to, or troll golem. Also, we find another painting here. I actually haven't found this one yet, the location of this one, so this is one that I'm still searching for. Wait a second. Hold on, waterfall? This looks different than the one that I was looking for. All I have to do is find a waterfall. I think I might know where this is. There's a different one, the prophecy painting. I don't think I've found this one yet, but oh, because I just hadn't tried searching for it yet, but it was hard to see here. I didn't realize there was like a waterfall on the bottom right. And what is that, like Stormveil up there, maybe? It looked better in the picture. I was a lot bigger. Well, let's go grab the Site of Grace. I'm not going to rest at it. I'm just going to grab it because we're right next to it. Also, there's a thing here I'm going to point out because I missed it my first playthrough, and someone actually pointed it out to me, which was awesome of them. Because I made a Golden Sea guide of the Golden Seas I'd found so far, and it's where a Golden Sea location that I didn't know about. Even though I wasn't saying like it was definitive, all the Golden Seeds in my guide, it was just all the ones I knew about so far. It's still nice to have people help out in that regard because there's just so many of them. And I'm planning on making a full guide. We can't go down here yet, but this is going to be a super quick shortcut to Godric. Can't open up this yet, so how do we get to there? And I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to lead to here. So, this guy, I just kind of grabbed it and went, even though I saw that stuff, but look straight down, and you can actually fall on that area right there. So, actually, to be honest, I don't know if I've ever been to that far side. And it's an open door. I don't know if I've been there yet. I really need to figure out how to get to that side. So anyways, yeah. And then this will come back and get later. But first we're going to go to the middle portion. And then obviously I still have to go back to the top and do a whole bunch of things at the top that I didn't do. And yeah, there's also a bunch of falls here that I haven't done. Well, actually, this, if I don't die, this will lead me right to it, now that I think about it. Unfortunately, I'm going to wake up the Grafted Scion, meaning I won't get the shortcut, probably, here, unless I somehow don't die. I don't think there's anything up here except for this. And if I remember, it's not an item that's really even worth it. Arrows, I guess it's nice, but it's not like a you need it kind of item. Yeah, Grafted Scion right there. I'm gonna see if I can sneak past. I did not. I woke him up. Great. That sucks. The Grafted Scion is tough as nails. And I'm just not good at them. Somber Smithing Stone too. I mean, that's kind of just on me not being good at them. But, alright. When we were looking down before, we actually saw this, or I actually saw this earlier. I just didn't. I meant to call it out, but I didn't, so my bad. But I did mean to say, like, oh, if you guys see that fog there, it's a Stone Sword key. We're going to get to it in a moment. Crescent Moon Axe. Oh, sick. Nice drop. Great axe with a large arching blade and long handle. The crescent moon of its name is said to have been spurred by nostalgia. Oh, cool. Wait. Oh, my God. Is that a reference to King's Field? Because there's a crescent axe, or moon axe in King's Field, I think. In King's Field. I wonder if that is. That'd be really cool. It kind of looks like that. Okay, I'm going to try it out in a second. Iron Wet Blade. This is what I've been wanting, which we're going to look at in a second. In the Hawk Crest Shield. I heard the mice, and I was worried that someone's going to hit me. Oh, Misura Coat. Wow, I just got a lot more than I was bargaining for. Look at the Misura Coat first. I should have looked at everything right away. Not every Stone Sword key has this much stuff behind it, by the way. This was a lot. Dagger favored by military physicians in white. The pointed blade is hard and sharp, making critical hits especially potent. Medicine is mercy, and mercy upon the battlefield is ruthless. Beware the killers clothed as men of compassion. Yeah. Good advice, thank you. Next thing that I remember we got was the Iron Wet Blade. Iron Wet Blade with its cipher engraved can be used as a whetstone knife. When applying an affinity using Ashes of War, an additional affinity of heavy, keen, or quality can be chosen. So this just gives you the basic one of general. This one now allows us with the Wet Blade, or the Iron Wet Blade specifically, allows us to add different types of affinities to any of our Ashes of War. Which means that for me, with the strength build I'm going with, now I can start to use more Ashes of War and still give myself that strength build with it, which is really nice. And by the way, I still don't know a strength build S weapon, so I'm curious if anyone knows a weapon that has S scaling for strength, because I haven't found it yet. Actually, the weapon that I'm using right now, my Heavy Greysword, actually gets worse at the final upgrade. It's worse than it's like just before, than the penultimate upgrade. I still did it just because I thought there was going to be an achievement, and I shouldn't have, because it just made my weapon worse. That was annoying. Hopefully they patch that. Final thing is the Great Shield that I got. So, which one was it? Probably Hot Crest, I think. Adorned with long-forgotten crest of Stormveil. Ancient in design. Yeah, this is obviously Stormveil design. So I guess they use a Hot Crest for Stormveil. I actually didn't know that, so that's some good information for me. Alright, so now we got another bro here, which luckily easy enough for me to take out with my build. I don't think there's any way to drop down here. So, yeah, it's just really just for that guy. I don't think there's anything else here. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is hopefully activate the lift, which is going to be a really nice shortcut if I get it. I just don't want to wake up the Grafted Scion, because then I don't think I'm allowed to activate the lift. Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. I can just walk on it. Should be good then. I take it back. Alright, so we just got our first shortcut, especially if you didn't know about the Site of Grace that I was using. Here we are, right back at this room. So, yeah, so now I can leave out that other door and go find Rogier, or Roger. I think it's Roger in pronunciation. Let me see if there's any rollies that I missed. I don't see any. Also, below here is just darkness, death, so there's no reason to go down there. So you guys are aware. This is where we're going to get the Chrysalis Memento, which is going to continue Roderica's questline. And, oh my god, this is not good. This was really not good, me. Nice job, me. Sarcastically. Okay. How sad would it be if I died to the dogs and not even the Scraft to Scion? Not surprising if that happened. Lump of Flesh. Golden Rune. And let's get the Grafted Scion and then peace out of here. Or Chrysalis Memento. Because I'm just going to come back down and fight the Grafted Scion when I come back down, basically. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So then I have more Estus. Some more Flasks of Tears. Okay, Chrysalis Memento. Where ye be? Oh wait, it's a key item. I'm losing my brain over here. Losing my brain. And now I just went the exact wrong way. Chrysalis Memento. Brooch wrapped in red velvet. So she mentioned chrysalids. Memento left by the chrysalids sacrificed for grafting. A brooch wrapped in red velvet. Traces of blood are visible. Faintly visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. And actually, I'm going to do the lift so I can just warp right back. And also, I want to do the top part too with the other side. So I'm gonna try to fully explore Stormveil. I'm not gonna just bum rush it to Godric, although that could be fun. But let's go to Stormhill's Shack first. Let's advance Roderica's questline. And I know that people have been telling me that she leaves. I still don't know what causes it. Other than I know if you beat Godric, she leaves. Or if you do this, I don't know the other cause. And I don't know if it's just if you've gone to Liurnia, perhaps? I don't know.
A pleasure to see you. Did you give the little chrysalids the message? That I love them? And that despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. What's this? A keepsake? From my men? Oh. Goodness me, I can't. They all believed in me. They all thought I'd make something of myself. Me, who can't do anything. I think I'll head to the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there. I think I'll head to the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there.
From Elizabeth Cassidy, quite a few trees rot from the inside out or from the roots up. Might have something to do with the death roots. Yeah, actually, oh my god, that's a great point regarding the death roots. Sorry, I was, because I knew what she wrote, Roderica said, it was basically just a thank you, and I'm heading to the Round Table Hold. That's why I didn't put too much. I was just kind of like glazing at some comments I could respond to. While she was doing that. Sorry. Alright, let's Round Table Hold, and we're going to actually progress her quest line a little bit here while I add some endurance. And maybe I can finally throw on my mask. What if I get rid of this? No. No! I want my mask! You cannot see my face!
Greetings. Nice to see you again. My name is Roderica. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive, though? The Round Table Hold. Covert quarters of the Two Fingers. And gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots. Although, it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
Keep chatting with her, though.
Oh, and please allow me to express my thanks for giving me that keepsake from my men. It was as if I was frozen with self-pity. I failed them at every turn. You have my gratitude. Please, take this.
Alright, so yeah, we get a golden seed from her, which is why it's good to just keep doing this quest line. And then there's going to be 2 in Stormveil Castle, actually.
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit. I'm
Okay,
still looking.
so we can actually find out her purpose by talking to our bro over here. And actually, I wonder if I can upgrade my weapon. Probably not. I probably don't have the runes for it.
I took you for dead, no matter it. Lay out your arm.
Let's see. No, I don't have no smithing stones anyways. All right.
The girly boy here. She's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
Okay, so cool. Thank you, Hugh. Hugh is a G. I love Hugh. I think I love him. I think.
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
Tell her what Hugh said.
You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold. So, I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
I don't think Hugh particularly hates the Tarnished. Honestly, I don't think he minds them.
If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I?
Yes.
I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Yes, you should.
If I do have it, I suppose I'll ask Master...
I actually got to my first boss. I played my main game the entire game without using a single Spirit Ash, a single summon or anything, other than one summon because I thought it would help the story, but it wasn't like a difficult boss. So I guess that's the one exception, but I finally got to a boss where I was like, I can't, I need it. And apparently this is a boss that on Reddit, everyone is going insane about and like going like, oh my god, what the hell is this boss? It might be the hardest boss in any of the Soulsborne games. And maybe, I don't know about Sekiro if I count that, because for me, Ishin was the hardest and took the longest, I should say. Solo, I'd say that this boss is harder than Ishin. But with friends, I don't know. The boss is insane.
Back already. No matter. Lay out your arms.
It's funny, in a way, like, this is both, I find, the most successful From Software game and also the most challenging at the same time.
The girl. What about her?
Then again, I don't use Spirit Ashes, so, you know, that's kind of my own fault.
Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
See, like, he's a good dude, actually. I don't know, it's, like, funny that he's, like, no way she'd want to be with me. I'm ugly. I mean, like, hang out by me, not be with him, but...
If I do have a talent, I suppose I'll ask my...
So, yeah, anyways, after that, that's going to progress the storyline just when I'm sure it's just once we rest and come back. I'm curious to see if he has anything new to say to us.
Well then.
No, not at the moment. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back into Stormveil. I got things to do. Let's go back to the lift side chamber so I can take on my favorite grafted scion. Oh, it's gonna go so well. Great, can't wait. So excited for the grafted scion. so excited. Wait, I went to the wrong... Whoops, I meant to go to the Rampart Tower. I was like, why? What? Where am I? I'm confused. What's going on? Who is this? Who am I? Alright. Grafted Scion time. Harder than Godric. Alright. Here we go. I'm actually gonna look this up in case I die. Make it a little faster. Hey buddy, I got a surprise for you. Bam boom! At least I do some like decent damage with this, so that's good. Granted, it is so... Hey, good. He's doing actually the nice attack. Thank you, bro. I didn't know you could be such a good dude. I know I shouldn't have attacked there. I know, but I wanted to. I know, but I wanted to. I wanted to play poorly. I mean, there's my mistake right there. I'm doing dumb things on purpose. Oh, God. Great. Oh, no, no, no. You know what's funny, though, to me, in a way? The first time I ever played this was at, was the network test, and you fight this guy, and I did fine against him. I didn't even struggle. And then I play it for real, and I'm like, what the hell is the grafted scion, and how does one? I'm trying to get behind him, by the way. I was trying to see if I could do that. I mean, I'm sure you can, but I think like that's one way is to get behind him, but he's so hard to get behind because he's got 5,000 arms. Because the grafted people suck in this game. I hate everything grafted. I guess like Godric's not the worst. I mean, he's the worst in that everybody else hates him. I don't in the game. These grafted beings, I hate them. But yeah, I think that because they said grafted spider thing before, I think that this is what all the chrysalids were getting grafted to. I don't think it was actually Godric, which is weird. You'd think it'd be Godric, right? I don't know why this is what would be taking it. I'm not sure what the lore behind that is, but yeah, I don't know. All right, grafted scion, done. Get out of here. I don't need your kind. I don't want your kind. I realize I'm talking further away from the mic than I meant to. I'm sorry. Staunching boluses. Oh, by the way, you get nothing for beating him, too. You get nothing, but he's permadead, so I guess there's that. Staunching boluses helps for blood loss. There you go. All right. So next up, we got this sweet painting of Godwyn. There we go. Godwyn, the first Elden Lord. There's a really interesting theory that that you guys have been posting. One from Skuka, actually, that I want to talk about, but I'm going to find a good point to do it in the game. Highland Axe. Oh, and I just want to look at the Crescent Axe. That's right. Okay. Let's do it here I'm just going to go ahead and equip it to check it out. Crescent Axe. Where is it? I know it was just at the axes, but I thought it was a different one that I just got. Am I crazy? Oh, Highland Axe? Brave combatant begins battle by crying out their names. Roars are enhanced by this weapon. Single-sided axe used by the warriors of the Highlands. And obviously the crest, I guess that's the one I just got. Or was it Great Axe? Great Axe akin to a huge lump of iron. I think I got this one earlier. So I guess it was this. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the Crescent Moon Axe in my brain, and then I forgot the exact one I picked up, but it had to be one of those. Alright, let's look at this. Alright, it is like the Crescent Axe from King's Field. Alright. And it has a side swing. Let's see what the two-handed is, if it's like King's Field. Nope. King's Field is a swipe attack. But I think it might be a King's Field reference. I'm gonna have to look at it again. That would be amazing. I would love that if that were the case. Yeah, like... Okay, so we've got Nausicaa, we've got potentially King's Field, obviously Berserk, tons of, like, obviously, like my sword, and as we've been talking about the graveyard. So, yeah, I want to make I'm probably going to make a video on things that inspired this game, and which, you know, is a lot of times just references, but those are always fun to make. But yeah, there's a big bad boy character up in that room. Might just be one of those harder nights, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, something that we're actually going to have to come back and go upstairs for is we have to do a very specific leap, at least as far as I'm aware, to get to that ledge there. So you have to, like, go high up, and just actually it's a specific drop that you have to find, or what I was able to find. It wasn't what I was expecting. I thought maybe I was doing it wrong at first, and then I realized that it was probably the only way to do it. So yeah, this doesn't open from this side. So you're going to have to drop down in the other side to get this. And I think this guy is the only one in here. I'm surprised he didn't see me, but I'm glad he's the only one. Oh, by the way, you get, I think, something related to mimics from that chest there. But the interesting thing is I actually haven't found a single mimic chest in this game. But I always hit them out of just being used to it. Mimic's Veil. I've actually never used this, but use FP to mimic nearby objects. When Godric was hounded from Lanedell, the royal capital, this was one of a multitude of treasures he took with him, also known as America's Mischief. You know what? I'm going to use it. I want to see what happens. Hey, I love it. I love it. Oh, it's Dark Souls 2 all over again. Oh, amazing. Okay. I mean, that's kind of what I figured it would do, but nice to see it. Oh my god, they all talk about him being a Craven. So just even further cements that, right? Oh, so this pile of dead corpses, by the way, just fun little note here is that, you see one of these troll guys that they have hung up here bleeding upside down into the pile. So, I mean, I guess that the point is supposed to be that, like, these are, I mean, the pile of corpses, I'm assuming, are corpses that are going to be grafted or have been grafted. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. Okay. I took a risk. I was like, I'm still gonna try to kill him. Crimson Hood. I think I've seen people curious about how to find the Crimson Hood, and here it is. A hooded cloak of vivid crimson, worn by expatriated royalty, increases vigor. Such cloaks were gifted to those who departed on journeys, without specific orders, to faraway lands from which they would never return. In other words, the gift of a cloak made it easier for undesirables to be on their way. Roderica never once saw the guidance of grace. Oh, that's I didn't know she never saw the guidance of grace. I don't think I actually picked this up in my main game, so I gotta go do it. No, it's heavy too. No. Oh, there we go. Now I can wear it. It doesn't match my set. Actually, I'm gonna take it off and throw it back on my this. Also, I just realized that I still have the stupid effect on. If I want it off, the like downgrade, all I really have to do is go use this, where is it? Baldekin's Blessing. Maybe I'll use it on Godric, actually, just for the hell of it. And get that. That's actually how you get rid of that status effect. So it's kind of a trade-off. I mean, it's not necessarily bad to get hugged, it's just a trade-off. Also, I love the detail here of all the hands ready to be used for grafting. Or at least I assume that's the case of all these hands hanging up, is that they're like intended to be used for grafting. And here you got the kitchen area. Just such nice attention to detail in these design in the areas. It's awesome. It is fantastic. Fantastic, if I do say so myself. Okay, obviously to the left's a jump off that we can do, but I'm gonna finish exploring up here before I do that. And again, that's actually not, I thought maybe you fall in through that window, but that's not the way. You just, basically, I have to come outside, I have to come up here, and then I jump down over there, and that's how I'm gonna unlock those areas, so. Yeah, just not something I realized until I did it. That I was like, oh, this is more complicated than I was expecting. And not in a bad way. I like this sort of exploration. Just in a surprising way. You know, I figured Stormveil would be a two-parter episode because it's pretty big, and that definitely is looking to be the case. Again, that's just the drop down to an area we were already at. I thought there might be a guy here, but I guess not. I also thought there was an item here. Oh, there it is. Golden Rune 2. We don't need to look at that. Actually, the Golden Runes do have some interesting things, but I'll look at them when I get some more of them. They're not uninteresting. You know what? I'm waiting for them to turn around. Golden Rune 1. Grace that dwells within the inhabitants of the lands between, the lingering trace of gold. Runes are nourishment for the development of any tarnished, provided a finger maiden can be found. Even now, runes are still imbued with the power of life itself. Do you see the Erd Tree towering o'er? And I think it is just the case that the Erd Tree, you know, gives off power, like the first flame in a way, and I think that's where all this comes from. I think. Oh, wait, this is where Roger is. So, oh god, oh god, oh god. That could have been bad. But then it ended up not being bad. But it could have been bad. Okay. Let's get away from him. No, don't do that stuff. Hey! Hey, close. Close shave. But it worked out. Yeah, Roger's going to be in there, but let's take out some enemies first who aren't going to bother me, but I'm going to take them out anyways, just because I don't want to worry about them. And let's go talk to Roger. You can't climb up these. I tried, but you can't. To be honest, I don't know where he goes after this. I have to find that out. Oh, I can't swing my weapon here. They do that for so many areas. It's interesting.
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Roger is the name. A sorcerer. as you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
Yo, I'm here to defeat Godric.
I see. Here to challenge Godric and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
I find that so fascinating that it went away, right? He didn't always have it.
Keen.
He had it for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some of these and see if it opens his mouth up. It does.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Reupload, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
It's interesting. I actually didn't know that that was considered to be contradictory. So I guess that makes sense in a way. There's an expanded world beyond the Erd Tree and where powers come from and all that. And for Caria and Rhea Lucaria, it's all essentially astrology and the stars, and using that in Glintstone is where their power comes from and intelligence, as opposed to the Erd Tree, which I believe is where faith comes from, is power from the Erd Tree. Carrying Great Sword, carrying royal prestige embodied in his skill. And Caria Manor we're going to find later on. But basically the Carrion royalty actually, I believe, founded the Academy of Rhea Lucaria originally, if I'm not mistaken. Or they had something to do with it. The Ash of War grants an armament, the magic affinity. Glintstone Pebble, skill that employs the Glintstone sorcery of the same name. Okay, wait. Follow up with a strong attack to chain the skill into a lunging thrust. Perform while the armament is still imbued with Glintstone. The Ash of War grants an armament, the magic affinity, and following skill. Okay, nothing there. I don't think. Ash of War spinning weapon. Cool. He doesn't say anything else, sadly, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know where he goes after this. I really don't. So, I guess I have to look it up, or if anyone knows, I'd be happy to hear you out. Yeah, it's mainly because the world is so big that if an NPC moves around, I'm just like, I don't know. You have to explore the entire world again, the entire open world, to see if you can find where they show up, and even then, they're pretty easily missable. Yeah, so I don't know a lot of the times where they run off to. So the drop down there, I did see the item to the left, by the way, but I'm gonna try to get all these because I don't want to drop down here. Oh wow. I can just go right back up this way? That's fascinating. That's actually probably makes sense for me to do that, because I was going to head back anyways, so might as well just do it that way. So, alright, as that's the case then, because originally I was just going to go right back up the lift and warp away. Yeah, so this drops you right into his room. This is, if you ever watched the original gameplay trailers, gameplay trailers, this is what they show, is dropping into his room like this. From like one of the initial trailers that was showing off the game. But yeah, I guess I'll go this way, even though I'll probably die. Sure, why not? Why not enjoy a harsh death? I say that because I only have one chug left. And let's just make sure there's nothing over here I'm missing. I don't think so. I don't think so. Alright. Oh, wait. I wonder, I guess maybe this is the back way to drop down, and I didn't realize that. Huh. No, wait. I think to the left there is what you're supposed to do. Do you drop there and maybe drop above? I wonder, because it looks like I will die if I do this. I could drop a rainbow stone down there. I just want to figure out that other side. That top part there. Oh, wait. Never mind. That top part's where you come back to open the door. I take it back. I know where it is. It's just the end of that path. At least for that specific one. Alright. This guy's gonna throw a Boomba at me. Luckily, he's a one-hit kill. Same with this guy. You can actually get them to hurt each other, but yeah, which is nice. And we're actually almost right back at the lift side chamber, or not lift side chamber, the other chamber, the other one. You know. Yeah, let's get away from this guy and not get exploded on. And I don't think they ever pick up another one, but that is a giant explosion area there that you want to watch out for. Okay, smithing stone 2. Very nice. And the question is, do I want to just use my heal now or save it? But we are going right back to the chamber anyways. Just shows you how connected everything is. It's nice that I was able to do this circle, actually. I am glad about that. Alright, flight pinion. Oh my god, I just realized there's like a big area that I missed with the rats. Well, we'll come back for it. That's okay. I'll do it anyways. Oh, look, a summoning circle. Cool. Cool. Dope. I don't think anything there I want to do. And I also want to do that drop down. There's so many things I gotta explore here. It's crazy. Wait a second. Didn't I just see a path over there to the left side that I could drop down? Maybe not. Okay. I don't know if I fully... I'm losing my brain. Did I fully explore this area? I don't remember. Just past this rampart tower. Did I get the item? I guess I did. Alright, so there is another thing to do here, though. There's a drop, which is mainly the reason I was going here, really. So we do want to do this. So we got to find where the drop the ledge is. So it looks like it's right below there. Is there a closer one? I think not. I think that's just it. So, all right. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Don't worry. It's just going to hurt. Actually, it didn't hurt. I'm surprised. Yeah, no drop there. But now we're going to start going the other way down the side. There we go. And just slowly start making our way along the rampart side. And I think that this is actually that item that I was talking about before. If I remember correctly, this is how to get there. Marred wooden shield. Alright, let's take a look at that real fast. Oh, I think I already got one. Oh, it's just similar to the marred leather shield. In fact, it says the same thing. Alright, what do you know? About the curse, the affliction. Which might be from something deeper down. Ooh. You don't know if it's from the grafting. Oh, I almost thought I fell too far. Gravity OP, guys. Please nerf. Actually, I guess gravity is nerfed a bit in this game in a way. Because you can take fall damage a little better thanks to the jumping and everything. Or there's just bigger drops, I should say. Thanks to jumping and thanks to torrent. So now it's just larger drops in general that have to freak you out. These are the scale of this game. Drops that would not be makeable in Dark Souls. Oh, okay, I'm alive. Scary though. Okay, I don't want to fall off by accident, so I'm gonna do that. Ash of War, Storm Assault. Very nice. Very nice. I should probably equip my shield so I can try parrying this guy coming up. I'm not gonna do it just yet. Wait a second, it's gonna make me a heavy load. Nah! Let me double check there's nothing over here. I'm gonna run past them for now though, just to give you guys a heads up. Just so I can unlock, there's a shortcut right past them that I want to unlock. And there's some other things I want to do before I wrap up anyways. Somber Smithing Stone 2 for going there. And you can just run right past them. It's another Crucible Knight like what I fought in the Everjail. But yeah, we're just going to run past so we can open up the shortcut. So that way, if I do die, it's not so rough getting back to him. And I'll have to explore the rest of it later. And this is going to be that main lift that we saw earlier, which is good because I wanted to find this lift so I could go try jumping down that main area. And I actually didn't end up falling down to the spot that I was thinking of. So I'll have to try to find that at least a little later. But right now I'm going to try to drop down the middle and maybe go down the rat path, actually. And then I'll probably come back to this guy next episode, I guess. Just given the time and how long it's been. So, okay. I think this is going to be the way to be able to drop down the spot that I want to drop to. So let's just take this guy out real fast. Roll through him. I really wish I could get another level for some more endurance. I could equip some things, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, so see, since I did the order that I did, those guys were just woken up. But, you know, that's okay. Oh, crap. I was about to say that's okay. I didn't realize they were going to jump on here and try to fight me up here. Oh, did I also forget to jump on the beanbag thing? I think I did. Alright. All of them are dropping off in the area that I might want to go to myself, so that's great. Yeah, I think I probably want to fall there. Actually, I think what I want to do... Yeah, so I think that area in the middle is what we're trying to go to. I'm pretty sure. Because this is the spot. But I don't want to fall... Okay, so see that, right? What I want to do is drop in that... where that bridge is. So what I'm going to try to do is run along the rampart here. And I'm going to use the rampart to go here. And I actually don't know if I've ever been specifically on this yet. So I'm curious to see what it connects to. Oh, there's a ladder up here. Where was this coming from originally? I actually don't know. So I'm really curious. Yeah, we don't want to fall in through there. Oh, you know what? This is actually... Oh, okay. I guess it was easier to get to than I thought. What do you know? Exiled Gauntlets, Gold Pickled Foulfoot. Let's look at the gauntlets real quick. I didn't realize that. Did not realize that. Exiled Gauntlets. Worn by soldiers sent to penal colonies. Alright, so the bags before that I was going to jump over that I missed and forgot to do, that's what this was leading to, as it turns out. So, I guess for some reason I never noticed the ladder. So, it was just me being dumb. But now I do. Now I do. Everything's good. All good now. And it's amazing how much I still have to do in this castle. But, alright, anyways, we're now on the other side of this guy. So, yeah, that's where I was headed. Now I can open up the door from the other side and say hello to this guy that I forgot was standing there. Hi. You don't scare me at all. I took care of the grafted scion. Your leader's dead. You know what? I guess what's good about here and why they probably showed this in the trailers, you could probably get like a drop attack on the grafted scion if you want. Exile Greaves. Nice. We keep on getting the Exile set. Let's see if it says anything different. Nope. Penal colonies. Got it. Stone Sword Key over here. You really do find a decent amount of Stone Sword Keys if you explore, and you can buy them too. And Pickled Dural Neck. So, not much, but something, something. You know, it's actually good that I came here, though, because this is going to take me right to the rats that I wanted to go to. So it actually works out pretty well in that way. So, yeah, actually pretty easy. Just run quickly over to the left here, and bam. We're at the rats. And I think, actually, another Stone Sword Key, so it's good that I got one. No. Oh, my God. I thought I'd kill them in one hit, but I did not. So that was great. I don't want to get totally ambushed by these rats. Okay. It's always these small enemies are the hardest. Oh, this guy's got more health. This is the one that I didn't hit before. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Rats are the hardest enemies in the game. Rats are the hardest enemies in the game. OP. OP rats! Ah, oh, close call. Close call. Golden Rune 1. Cool. Alright, there's an item back here, I believe. Is there not? Oh, I guess this is the item I was thinking of, was this one here. Fireproof dry liver. Sick. Just what I was hoping for. I actually don't even know what it does. I guess it makes you more resistant to fire, would be my guess. Alright, I think that only took one sword key. How many do I have left? I probably have a decent amount. 3. Yeah, it's plenty. Plenty left. Boost rune acquisition for a time. Nice. And where is the other thing that I wanted to look at? Temporarily boost fire damage negation. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Wow. So many items. Wow. Godslayer seal. Oh my god. Let's look at our seals. Now I can cast priestly magics. Talismans. Where the hell are they? Oh, catalyst. There we go. Sacred seal of the Godskin Apostles. Literally, they have skin all over them. That's cool, though. Inlaid with obsidian. Said to represent the manipulation of black flame. This catalyst enhances Godslayer incantations. So, yeah. Okay, I guess I forgot that the Godslayers obviously were meant to slay gods. And they used a lot of black flame stuff. Godskin Prayer Book. I think this is actually considered bad if we give it to the priest. He's like, oh, this is like bad stuff, wicked stuff. You can't teach. I don't know about this or these things. So now we have a scroll and a prayer book. Prayer book bound in supple skin. Incantations of the god-slaying black flame are written within. Yeah, because we like the gods in the Golden Order. We like the demigods. We're all about them. Which is why I'm going to go slay one. I didn't say it made sense. Alright, so see this right here? Remember that area that I was exploring? We just popped out in it, right? So, before the beginning of the episode, when I, like, ran down, I was like, I'm kind of just going to do, like, I ran all the way back up, time waster. That's what this is. So, being that I'm here, now I can go ahead and, without even opening up the gates, I'll go the back way and get this site of grace. Oh man, crap, I dropped down the wrong spot. That sucks. I actually don't know if there's an item there. I goofed up. Because now that guy's gonna shoot at me. Oh man, big goof up. Not the worst, but not great. I don't know, I just didn't want to have to think about it. And hopefully I didn't miss an item up there. Smithing stone 1. Mushroom. He's just gonna want to shoot at me from there. There's also some other guys over there that shoot stuff. But I'm not gonna worry about them too much. We're gonna come back another time for this section. A little bit later. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through. Golden Rune 5. Hey. Get out of here. This is my sacred chamber of Kita. Let's get our site of grace. Take a nice little rest. And before I wrap up, I do want to talk about your theories a little bit, actually. But let's do this. Commoner simple garb. Oh, so this is what he's wearing that I've been talking about, and this is how I got that lore about what's on their chest. So, garb with the modest cloth cape attached. Standard wear for commoners of the land between. The board hung from the neck depicts a sprawling tree, its roots and branches forming 2 holes. This is a self-imposed shackle, a voluntary display of allegiance to the Erd tree that increases faith. So, yeah, it makes sense that Erd tree's faith, and then I suppose you could say astrology and all that is, and the stars, that's intelligence. And it makes sense that they'd be opposites too when you really think about it, because, like, the tree, Erd tree is grounded. Stars are the opposite of that. Okay, I'm going to ask him to open up the gate for me in a moment.
Hello. Glad to see you're safe. I've come into some fine goods. Only it turns out I can't use a one of them. Perhaps you'd like to take them off my hands.
Okay, so what's he sell? Bandit garb. Very nice. And cestus. So there's for your punching. Fist weapons come in pairs for two-handing. Yeah, and I think that's it. A rune fragment. So, like I said, I really don't know where he goes. And a buckler, which is nice for parrying. I honestly, I know where he goes, but I don't know if there's a way to really continue his quest line.
Of course, I understand. When you approach the gates, I'll signal them to open. It's only your neck on the line after all.
Thanks, pal. Been wanting to do that just to get this gate open. But yeah, he definitely...
Open the gates!
He's definitely being honest, though, when he tells you not to use the main gate, as it turns out. But you wouldn't know that unless you, you tried. Because, yeah, you just get, like, murdered by these things. You can still run through, you can wrap around the side, but it is murder.
Oh, hell.
And I think that's all we got from Gatekeeper Gustak. I think that's what his name was. But let me double check there. Anything else from you?
Oh, hello.
No. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and warp to the lift side Rampart Tower again, because that's gonna be the fast way for me to take on the Crucible Knight next episode, which I might start with. So I think I'll probably start with the Crucible Knight, and then once I finish the Crucible Knight, go to the lift side chamber. There's a whole bunch of things to do there, like a secret dungeon below that I'll probably try to take on. Get another golden seed. Maybe I'll do the golden seed first, just because it's a smart idea too, which is all up here, and then go tackle Godric. And I think I should be able to do that all in one episode, unless something goes horribly wrong, which you never know. Okay, before I wrap up, let me look at this stuff real fast I want to talk about. So Skooka says, I think that the tree rotting is inevitable, as in death in life, and the Earth tree is life. I don't necessarily think that anything particular caused the rotting at all. I think it was blamed on the shattering, but I don't think it caused the rot. It could be the other way around, and that the Elden Ring was shattered because of the rot. I most definitely got a lot of stuff wrong, but this is what I was I think with my limited knowledge, and it could be disproved by the end of the game. I did see the story being about death, acceptance, and the inevitability of the end, with factions like the Two Fingers trying to hang on to what's left in life, and the Three Fingers, I think, accepting that it's over and wants it to end sooner. The rot has always been there in life, and it's only a matter of time until it grows and overtakes life, until it eats itself to where nothing is left. I found that to be an interesting theory, so I wanted to read that off. And I agree with some of it. Like I said, the rot, I think now I learned, I think is coming from the Halig tree. That said, it doesn't mean that Erd tree isn't rotting or dying or something isn't happening with the Erd tree. That's not good. So, and I agree with the idea that the shattering, everything was blamed on the shattering, but there was actually stuff going on before the shattering under the table. That's not widely known or talked about, or it's just like under the table. I think this is from Lexington's show. I think Table of Lost Grace most likely is referring to that most who are around the round table are tarnished, that can't see grace, and have started to seek out other goals, then following the path of grace. After all, almost all characters in game aren't referring to the area as Table of Lost Grace, as they are instead calling it the Round Table Hold. So the real question is, what character in game is calling it Table of Lost Grace, and why is it the name the player gets for the location? And that is also a really good question. I think there's a reason why it's being called Round Table Hold, but I don't want to go too deep into this one yet, because I think there's that's some spoiler territory, and it's both spoiler territory and stuff I'm still trying to figure out, to be honest. It's a little bit of both. But anyways, that's gonna wrap me up. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Later, guys. Peace.